It's not just Gaza where Palestinians are suffering the cruelty of Israel's policies, because if you look at the West Bank, there's a story that's gone very viral because of the fact that there was a 7-month-old who was killed, and the IDF was caught lying because we have video evidence of what they actually did. So earlier this week, an Israeli soldier shot into a vehicle that was carrying a Palestinian family, and as a result killed a 7-month-old baby named Sam Abu Hakal. The Israeli Defense Forces said the troops had perceived a vehicle accelerating toward them, and that one of the soldiers had responded with single shots toward the vehicle. But we're gonna watch the footage. This is what I was giving you all a trigger warning about, because it is it's the story, just hearing about it is difficult enough. Watching it is not fun. Let's just put it that way. But let's take a look at it. We'll keep my mic up and I'll describe what you're viewing. So this is on June 5th, 2026 in the West Bank. This a man by the name of Fad Abu Hakal had slowed his car. You could literally see the vehicle slow down, okay, and it does come to a stop. Their son and grandmother was in the vehicle as well. They posed no danger. However, the soldier shot at the vehicle, wounding the family members and killing Sam after he was shot in the head. So after the video came out and it was clear that the IDF was lying about how this vehicle posed a threat to the soldiers, Israel came out and confirmed that the individuals in the vehicle were in fact civilians. But Shrita, they said that they were gonna do an investigation, which means we're gonna hope that you all forget about this story, but they're not launching an investigation. I don't believe it for a second. They've been getting away, this is not a rare story. They've been getting away with these types of actions again and again and again. And the very people who call it out, people like myself, Cenk Uygur, who draw attention to the savagery of the IDF, get called anti-Semites. We live in this topsy-turvy world where you're considered the bad guy for actually valuing human lives and finding it disgusting, deplorable, unacceptable, criminal for a 7-month-old baby to be shot and killed, shot in the head, because an IDF soldier saw a vehicle full of Palestinian civilians and thought, hey, what a great time for target practice. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little heated here, but I don't understand how people are still asleep when it comes to Israel and the barbarism they consistently carry out against the Palestinian people. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you, and I think one thing that we should remember about this specific case, this happened in Hebron. So this is not Gaza, this is not one of those other areas. This is daily life under occupation for the last 70 plus years for the Palestinians. You can go, but you have no idea if you're gonna come back. Wherever you go, you're just going for a family picnic or visiting friends, you may get shot. Your 7-month-old baby may get shot. And in most cases, there will not be a camera around to film it. In fact, for the most cases that have occurred in the past when people didn't have cell phones, there certainly wasn't any cameras around. So there wouldn't even be a pretense of doing an investigation back then. And whether they launched one or not doesn't really matter, because none of these investigations have ever actually amounted to anything. Public pressure in Israel has ensured that even those who were caught raping Palestinian prisoners ultimately got released. So I think it's important to understand this is not a consequence of October 7th. Mm-hmm. This is daily life for Palestinians for the last several decades under occupation. And it's just terrifying that it has been denied for so long, and that this is the first time for a lot of Americans that they even hear about this.
That's exactly right. And one of the last remaining Christian villages was destroyed, lit on fire by the IDF in the West Bank, by the way, just yesterday. And that got a little bit of attention. The majority of religious people in this country happen to be Christians, and so that's gonna grab their attention. But I mean, victimizing innocent people living in their homes, lighting their homes on fire, killing their children. It's wrong regardless of the religious identity of the individuals who have been targeted. But this keeps happening again and again and again. And then you have, I'm so sick of the West, honestly. The myth of what the West is, it's just such a lie. It's such a lie. I mean, we like to fancy ourselves as, exceptional, as those who bring democracy, and we believe in liberal democracy. We don't believe in anything. We believe in greed. We believe in aiding and abetting Israel as it engages in its slaughter campaigns, its genocides, its land theft. We provide cover for that behavior. Our media is just increasingly controlled and bought up by Zionist interests like the Ellisons. I mean, look at even social media. You have TikTok now, basically controlled by Zionist interests, with Larry Ellison purchasing or having a majority stake in the company. And then you have Benjamin Netanyahu, who has his sights set on doing something about X, because out of all of the social media platforms, X still remains somewhat uncensored, although, there's been this influx of pro-Israel bots that'll like flood your account the second you say anything that's even mildly critical of Israel. And it's just frustrating because it has led to Americans feeling like they need to be silent about this. That university students are afraid about protesting against Israel's actions, or the fact that their university is invested in Israeli companies, or maybe even, the Israeli government. And so I want people to understand there is gonna be an effort to gaslight you into thinking being a good person who believes in human rights, who believes in the value of human life, is a bad thing, that you are some sort of anti-Semite for wanting to protect innocent human lives. Don't let them gaslight you. The butchers here are the Israelis. They just are. And you're seeing it with your own two eyes. And regardless of how much those in positions of power try to tell you otherwise, don't let them fool you, don't let them trick you, don't let them make you think you're crazy, because you're not crazy. This is happening and we shouldn't have anything to do with it. But unfortunately, we as Americans, thanks to our government, have blood on our hands because we are emboldening the state of Israel to carry out these acts. And it's shameful.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.